All right, I'm here with Jennafer Lynsey, and we're super excited to have you on. She took over our Instagram page, and you can watch that on Instagram TV. But today we're going to just get a sense of who she is and then hear a song from her at the end. Jennafer, why don't you start off by telling us about your background and what got you started in music?
Okay, well, hello, thank you for having me. So what got me started in music was, I don't know, I just always kind of loved it. I was raised with my dad, and he was very heavily into music. He played guitar, he kind of fiddled around with producing, he loved songwriting. So he led me into learning about it more, and I was the only daughter that kind of hooked on to it and loved it. I performed at my fifth grade talent show, and that's when I fell in love with it and was like, okay, this is my future, this is what I want. And I remember sixth grade was the time, I think, when music fully changed my life, because that's when I got into songwriting. I lost my best friend because she wanted to become popular and all that fun stuff, and I, of course, was not wanted by the popular people. So I got bullied a lot, and music was kind of my saving grace. It was what helped me, I guess, as a therapy to get through those difficult situations.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit more about any specific artists that inspired your music and that you really listened to?
Yeah, see, I feel like it's kind of always all over the place. So I grew up on a lot of the 80s like hair bands, that like pop rock phase, and people can actually, they tell me that they can hear that still in my music today, which I think is so weird because I never do it intentionally. But I love that because it's like my childhood. I do still listen to that music now too, so maybe it's just kind of, I'm around it so often that it just naturally, even though I never think to have it be part of me, it kind of is anyway. But I mean, right now I'm loving Mary Morris. I always love Mary Morris. I don't know, ever since she came out, just been a big fan of hers. I love, oh my gosh, a lot of pop people. I feel like I love Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, and I feel like that's so basic to say, but it's also like they're the biggest people right now. I should be loving them and looking up to them. But besides that, like, I mean, I love Frank Sinatra. I had a emo phase. I loved Black Veil Brides, Paramore. I feel like I feel like I just listen to everything, and then hopefully whatever I up with sounds good.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about your songwriting process and how you find inspiration for that?
Yeah, so for me, I guess I feel like a lot of people kind of say it comes differently to them. For me, normally it'll come to me as just a little lyric idea, or like a lyric idea with a melody attached to it. And it'll just be something that like I'll record in my phone, like secretly. If I have someone in the car, I'm like, please like plug your ears, or like leave the car or something so I can like, record. And even in the middle of the night, sometimes like you wake up in the next morning, you had a middle of the night recording, it sounds awful, and you're like, why did I think about that? But it'll normally start with that, and then when I have a second, I'll get my guitar and kind of figure out chords to it and write it and see if anything else flows out of it, if that makes sense. Flows out of
Yeah.
me for that idea. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's kind of how I mainly do it. Yes.
Cool. Can you tell us a little bit more about Click and the story behind that song?
Yeah. Click is my newest single. I wrote it. My friend came to me with the idea, with the title. She was like, Click, I love this. She was like, wanting to write it about my current situation in that moment where I just met a guy, and we instantly connected, and it was just this like bang moment, and we just were like, okay, we're gonna be together now. Like, I met you, and this is like the one, and just that magic that happens between that happened between us two for that. And so we wanted to write about that. We ended up bringing my friend Clayton Shea into the write with us, and he's insanely talented. He really helped make the song become what it is, and yeah, I guess that's the story behind it. Yeah, it's a good time.
Awesome. Our next question is kind of around the times. Just what are you doing to keep yourself occupied in quarantine?
Ooh, oddly, I'm doing a lot of, well, I was doing painting for a while. Like, now that the quarantine's slowly going away, I just don't have time to do it as much anymore.
Yeah.
I have been reading. I'm getting really into reading. Reading is like I don't know, I love it. So I've been doing that. And then, songwriting, trying to up my guitar playing abilities, stuff, fun stuff like that. I'll become a shredder soon, big time. I probably won't become a shredder, but that's okay.
Love it. Can you tell us about your future dreams and goals?
Yeah, I mean, my big goal obviously to play stadiums, do that whole thing. I want to be able to help millions of people. I want my music to be there for people. I always say how I want to be the best friend for people when they don't have one, because I know what that feels like, and I know how music was there for me when I didn't have friends. Because high school's a hard time, life's a hard time. Even after that, I don't know. They say like when you get into adulthood, it's easier because you don't have the high school drama, but I feel like it still carries through that kind of vibe between people. And so I don't know, I wanted to be that for people. I also wanted to be something that could either take them out of the real world for a minute and make them happy if they needed it, or I could be the person to help them through their real world problems, highs and lows, stuff that I could be there. So basically I just want to be able to be there for people and influence them and help them, make them happy,
Yeah, that's wonderful, and definitely such a powerful thing that music has.
Yeah.
Ability to do. So
kind of want to do what other artists have done for me. I want to be able to do that for other people. So
yeah, definitely. Well, I know there's not a lot going on right now, but any favorite venues or performances that you've done in the past?
Oddly, okay, so I love playing in my hometown. They're amazing. I love them. I'm now starting to play at Big Machine Vodka recently in Berry Hill. There was the Broadway one as well, but it's closed down for the moment because of COVID. Yeah. So I play Big Machine Berry Hill, Big Machine Vodka. If anyone wants to come that watches this, I play there.
Great venue. I've been there. It's awesome. Good vodka. It's very smooth.
Thank you. It is kid friendly as well. Oddly, as weird as that is, it's kid friendly. But I don't know. I think my favorite thing I ever did was I played the Buffalo New Year's Eve ball drop. And so I performed in front of like 15,000 people, and just being on that stage and just seeing everybody and just, I don't know, just the energy that came from that performance was insane. That was probably my favorite performance I've ever done.
Well, that sounds like an amazing time, and hopefully we'll get back to those big performances sometime in the future, sometime soon. You've prepared something for us today. Do you want to tell us what you'll be singing and then give us a taste?
Yes, I'm going to be singing. Hold on, my cat, just real quick. She's just being a little wild right now. Okay, we're good. I'm going to be performing my newest single, Click. Yeah, and stay tuned for more music because there's some fun things coming soon as well. Okay, but I'm going to be doing Click, so I hope everyone enjoys. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get rid of my cat for a second. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
She's trying to attack things, so we're good. Okay, we're gonna do this now. Okay. Started off just another weekend. Now I found I'm diving in the deep end. From the moment that I caught your eye, got me thinking, oh my. Here we are, corner booth drinking. Feel the spark and then it starts to sink in. We just met, but ever since I've never felt a feeling like this. Cause we just clicked. Something about the chemistry, baby, such a mystery to me. It happened so quick, but we can take it slow now. I'm not gonna let this slip. I can already see our history, you and me down the road making memories. We got that lit, and it's something I can't resist. We just click. We just click. Let's come on, we're sitting all alone now. Friends are gone, don't wanna go home now. Every night has its end, but I feel like I'll see you again. Cause we just clicked. Something about the chemistry, baby, such a mystery to me. It happened so quick, let this slip. I can already see how history could me down the road, making memories. We got that, and something I can't resist. No, we just play. We just play. Got me feeling nervous. This is something different. Don't wanna overthink it. Maybe let's jump in, 'cause we just click. Something about the chemistry, baby, it's such a mystery to me. It happened so quick, but we can take it slow now. I'm not gonna let this slip. I can already see how history can lead down the road, making memories. We got that, it's something I can't resist. Oh, we just click. Yeah, we just play, baby. We just click. We just click. We just click.
Woo!
Yay!
Oh,
Thank
such
you.
a fun song. I love it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry for all the animal happenings. It's just it's quarantine. You know, I'm stuck with them right now.
All good. You mentioned having new music. Do you want to tell our followers what they should be looking out for and where to find you?
Yes, my name is Jennafer Lynsey. I mean, Jennafer Lynsey, yes. But it's spelled funny. It's JennaferLynsey. I'm sure it's going to be like on the video. But you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. And I have a new single coming out soon, within like the next month or two-ish. So we'll see. We'll see when it all comes together. But I'm very excited for it. So yes, keep an eye out. Yes, follow me.